saying congratulations on this brand new album. I've had a chance to listen to the whole album now, and our listeners have had a chance to listen to Killing Time and Caution, and I've got to say congratulations.
Thank you. It's been well received so far. So we're looking forward to the album release now on Friday, actually. So to let everybody hear it as well.
So how do you feel with the album coming out? Are you nervous or are you excited that your fans will get to hear this new music?
I would say a little bit of both, but more excited than nervous, actually. Nervous to play them, of course, because it's always terrifying playing new songs live. But yeah, we look forward to that as well.
How do you get over that fear of playing new tracks live? Like, that must be something that's really, really terrifying, because you never know how an audience is going to receive a new track. How do you get over that fear?
That's a good question. I mean, we had a different approach to this album since we recorded it during the pandemics or the lockdowns. So we were pretty well rehearsed before we went into the studio. So everything was pretty much done. And then we recorded everything. And then it's been out for printing and stuff. And so we haven't played the songs in a while, actually, until 2 weeks ago. But it's, I mean, since we spent so many times and hours rehearsing the songs for the actual recording of the album, it was pretty much, it was pretty easy just to play them first time now in the rehearsal space. So it went better than we expected, and the songs sound better live, of course.
Yeah. Now you guys have been together for 15 years, but like you said, the pandemic changed everything. How did it change your writing process and style for this album?
Well, this is my first album with Deville. I joined them in November 2019. But what I've overheard the other guys talking about, I think the previous albums they recorded, everything happened in the studio, basically. They had a few songs or a few outtakes that they brought into the studio, and then there was this creative process in the studio. And this time around, since we didn't have any gigs, we spent a lot of time in the rehearsal space just hashing out songs. So that's the main difference, I think. So it's pretty much super effective once we were in the studio. Everything just happened immediately. And so everything was pretty much done before we went into the studio. And for what I know, previous records, not everything was done when they entered the studio. So that's the main difference with this album, I think.
Yeah. So tell us a little, what was inspiring you guys with this album, especially with the lyrics?
I think there was a lot of frustration as well for not being able to go out and play music, of course. And I mean, and yeah, also what goes on around the entire world with lockdowns. And I mean, yeah, I haven't been part of the lyric process that much, but I think it has definitely affected us with this pandemic in many ways, and I think a lot of the frustration comes out in the lyrics.
Yeah, even though that you didn't have a big input with the lyrics, how did that time affect you? Like, did you find that it was a time where you really struggled, especially mentally, with everything that was going on?
Oh, fuck yeah. Sorry for
that's all right.
Yeah, it's been difficult times, and just recently now, this past 6 months, I felt like I've had a lot of my mental health has been on a down low, so I've had to struggle with that, or actually just like realize we all carry something all the time, but most of people just suppress it, right? It's called suppression. Yeah. And then now it's been brought into light because of this pandemic, of course. Not being able to play shows, It's just feel like you're in limitation. Although here in Sweden we've had pretty smooth restrictions, and we've still been able to do a lot of stuff. But me coming into 2020 with 150 shows behind me, 2019, and ending up doing nothing, of course it has affected me much. But yeah, there's some frustrations, and there's some it makes you think, of course, about life and stuff. But
yeah, for me,
now it seems to sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, for me, I realized that I should never take live music for granted again. I think as someone, I'm in my 40s and I've been going to live shows since I was 13, and it was just something that you did every week, and I think I started to take it for granted. So when it was taken away from me for 2 years, I realized never ever take music for granted again.
No, it's for sure. It's take life for granted, but especially live music and the meeting of new people and stuff. It's crazy how that's just can be taken away from you.
Yeah. So, Michael, this is your first album with Deville. Tell us a little bit about how you came to join the band and what that journey was like.
How it came about was I used to play in this other band from Malmö called Death Ray Boot years ago, and Andreas Vulkan, who plays the lead guitar in Deville, that's his band basically. And summer 2019, Death Ray Boot was playing a show in Malmö, and a friend of mine told me they didn't have a drummer. So I reached out to Andreas Vulkan, and I said to him, if you guys need a drummer, I would like to play. And then he was like, no, man, we have a drummer, so no worries, but thanks anyways. And then I think due to that situation, me pushing him for a spot in his band, it then opened up for the availability to play in Deville later that fall 2019. So I did the audition, got the spot in the band, and then we played a few shows in 2019 and started off with a 15-year celebration here in Malmö in January 2020. And then the pandemic came. So
what has it been?
That's how I got the spot in the band.
Yeah. So what's it been like being able to get back out now and play live shows? Has that felt like a huge weight off your shoulders, being able to get back out and play again?
Yeah, for sure. We all needed it in many ways, but Deville play a few shows each year. It's not like just occasionally shows, but we have shows. We play live shows, and they've had a lot of shows in the past. So for the other guys in the band coming out to finally play, for them it was like, now we're back at it again. So you can instantly feel the relief in the band, and it's great fun, of course, and it's a release in pressure, you know. Definitely. And for us now, we've had since we're releasing our album now on Friday, we kind of made a strategic choice not to play any shows this spring, summer, just to be able to focus on the release of the album and then follow up with a few shows. But we played Germany 3 weeks ago, almost 4 weeks ago, and that was amazingly fun.
Yeah. So how long will it be before you guys start to work on new music? You said that you won't be touring straight away after the album comes out. Have you already started working on new music, or are you taking a little bit of a break away from that as well?
No. I mean, there's a constant writing process. I think whenever we rehearse, somebody plays the riff and then we jam out that stuff. But I'm not sure. We'll see. hopefully it's not that far away, a new album, but who knows? And yeah, we're gonna follow up the release of the album with a tour actually, but this summer we choose not to tour at all. This summer that's just passed, so we're playing 2 shows next week in Germany, and then we follow up with a 17-day tour in Netherlands, Switzerland, Austria, Germany, hopefully Italy and France as well.
Awesome. Well,
so we're gonna have Sorry?
I was going to say, hopefully one day we see you in Australia as well.
Yes, there's been talks about that. We were supposed to go to Australia 2020. End of March, early April, I believe, and it's been postponed, so hopefully we can do it next year.
Definitely. Well, Michael, we are going to play Killing Time and Caution back to back on our show right now. So what would you like to say to all of the listeners out there while they listen to these tracks, but also before they go out and grab the brand new album on Friday as well?
Listen to the album. Give us a shout out and get back to us if you like it or if you don't like it. So take care of each other, of course.